Hello everybody, welcome to Bella Fountain TV, and if this is your first time here, you're very much welcome. Please remember to tap on the subscribe button, the red button at the bottom, and make sure, or at the top, and make sure you punch that bell, that little notification bell, so whenever I upload a video, you will be alerted. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much. You guys know that your girl appreciate you all. I appreciate you all so very much. Your support has been amazing and I keep counting on it. So yes everyone, so today is another edition on Bella Fountain TV and we'll be doing another interesting topic today, and this time we are going into culture. Yes, we're changing and moving towards our culture. And so today we'll be looking at the influence of culture on our behavior. So the influence of culture on our behavior, how does culture actually influence the way we behave in our society or community, right? So let me first of all give a simple explanation of what, or a definition of what a culture is. So culture basically is the belief, the way of life, the behavior of a group of people that has been passed down from generation to generation. And usually these behaviors are actually developed as a way of survival, as a mode of survival for those people. And those people really hold on to that culture because that's their identity and that's how they have been surviving for centuries. And so it's a huge part and parcel of it, and they're very protective of it. So then how does this culture impact our behavior, especially when we move out of the community that we grew up in, or we are born into, or that we are used to, and move into a new community? Excuse me. So how does that affect our behavior? How does that affect our behavior? That's what we'll be looking at today. So yes, so when we move into a community, so when you move from your own community that you're used to and into another, there are three things that you're likely to do when it comes to the culture of that new community or that host country or community. And these three things are, either you confront, you conform, or you complain about their culture. And I'll explain these three things. I'll explain what I mean by this. So first of all, you confront. So you confront in the sense that when you move into that community, you think that your own values and your own cultures and behaviors are better than theirs. Okay, that's confronting them. And then complain, it's like you are challenging the culture of that host country or the new community, and you don't want to adhere to it, and you realize that you find yourself slowly isolating or segregating yourself into this little social bubble, and you're not actually blending in the community. And then when you talk about conforming means you're standing back, you're watching, you're learning, you're understanding this new culture and the people, and you adapt your own cultural beliefs or behaviors to fit into that new society. So these are the three things that people are likely to do when they move from their normal cultural environment into a new one. Okay, let's remember that. And it is, the culture that we grow in actually, it shapes our way of seeing things. I'll give you an example. Obviously I'm so involved in the media 237 community media space, especially on YouTube and Facebook. And very recently I saw someone actually making fun, that's a Cameroonian, making fun of another Cameroonian who is based abroad, and actually laughing at them, saying they are a failure to the family because what they're doing is they make a living out of selling grilled chicken or grilled beef or steak, or back home as you call it, soya. So the person is saying na soya. And you know what? This person who is selling the soya, I have so much admiration for them. So much admiration. Is this lady, she has a huge positive impact in our 237 media space, and I admire her so much, so much. It's a woman who is fighting for positive mind and stability within our 237 community. And when I see this person make fun of their hustle, I had to laugh. I laugh. Why do I laugh? I laugh because that is the cultural stereotype right there. Because, I mean, we all know back home, when you hear of somebody, it's a soya, person is say soya, na soya seller, or it is say na chicken. Immediately back home, the people who sell soya or grilled steak are usually looked down upon and seen as barely surviving in society. But let me tell you this. While you're abroad, selling soya or grilled chicken or steak or whatever it is, that is self-employment. And it's something that's so encouraged here in Europe and in America. And it brings in so much income. It brings money a lot. If you be self-employed, that's the best you can do for yourself while you're abroad as a Cameroonian. That's the best you can do. Because trust me, the amount of hours you put on for a year for work for other company them, if somebody puts that same amount of hour in their own company or their own business that they're doing here in Europe, those people are making millions. So that's something I need to get people to understand. And that's what we call looking through our cultural lenses. And that's why this person was able to laugh at the lady who is selling soya as if she's a failure. Another example, it's you being a taxi driver or a cab driver. If you hear a person a taxi driver for Cameroon, nobody wants to get married to a taxi driver in Cameroon, okay, because they know they are poor. And then if somebody in Cameroon hears that someone is a taxi driver here in Europe or wherever it was, but Europe in particular, they are laughing and thinking, ha, my dear brother, my sister, I say, that person goes to America, or that person go UK, so now for go drive taxi, my brother, my sister. Hey, better man, she don't be for here, because this off me now. Cultural lens right there. Cultural stereotype right there. And that's the importance of this topic for today. That's the importance of this topic for today, because that's not the truth. That's not the reality. Our brains are so fixed. Even though some of them will come here, or some of the Cameroonians, or some of our brothers and sisters from other African countries that come here, and they think that being a cab driver, it's actually downgrading yourself. No. And that's you rejecting the opportunity that another culture or community is offering you because of your cultural lens that you're looking at the job that is in front of you. And that's not good at all. Being a taxi driver is huge. Taxi drivers make huge amount of money. It's the same as a retail manager or store manager here in Europe. They can make huge amount of money, more than even medical doctors, more than nurses, more than so many professionals that you look at and you admire. It's just a name. And back home, people would think that they are working Bambi here. Yes, we could maybe be doing the ridiculous amount of hours, but we're making the money. And when you come here, my brothers and sisters, don't look down on those jobs, because that's where the money is. It doesn't matter what your qualification is, especially the one who think that, oh, I didn't go to school. You're looking down on yourself, thinking I can't be a medical doctor, I can't be a lecturer, I can't be a nurse. I'm going to end up being a carer, or end up being a supermarket trolley pusher. No, sometimes you sit there, you develop yourself in whatever career you are. That's a good thing about Europe, is giving us the opportunity to grow. You grow and you make a lot of money. They are retail managers making 40K a year, and whereas there are medical doctors who are struggling on 30, 23, 27. Okay, so please, when you come here, we need to fix our cultural lenses so that we don't look at things while we are here like as we would, or like we would when we are back home. That's just an example. That's just an example, few examples that I will give you. I remember. Anyway, I'll talk about that example while we go further down. So another thing that we need to remember is that we all look at the world, like I've said, through our cultural glasses or through our cultural lenses, and it's the way we actually decide to look at those lenses is the way our brain is going to be programmed. Okay, the way you look at it is the same way your brain is going to be programmed, and that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you're going to believe, and that's how you want to establish other relationship in the new community that you find yourself in. Okay, that's all looking. So it's a matter of perception. So it's not what you see or what you're seeing in front of you, it's the perception. It's a perception. It's a perception that you have. Okay, for example, while we are abroad, how many of you know your neighbors by name? It doesn't matter if you're living in a community where there are a lot of Africans, but it's for you, especially who is living in a community where you have more of the people, the nationals of that country. How many of you know your neighbors by name? Or how many of you stand out, or you meet your neighbor and you stand and have a chat? We don't. That's not normal here. Okay, it's not normal because in the culture where we are, outside of Cameroon, perhaps the people, they believe that you mind your own bloody business. Excuse my French. They expect you to mind your own business, and they respect your space, and so they expect you to respect their own space. But that's not because they don't care, and that's not because they hate you. That's just the way they grow, and for them, respect to them means giving your own space. But for us Africans, respect means you see someone, you say hello, you chat, you ask how your day has been and all whatnot. But no, that's not it. And we need to adapt to understand that these people have their own reasoning, and we need to make sure that we are comfortable or respect their own cultural values, and not look at it as a way of like they're hating on us or they really don't like us. Okay, especially when it comes to the colorism. I don't want to go very deep into that, but that's something that we should be very mindful of. The people's culture, sometimes they want to respect your space, so you need to understand that and respect their space as well. And also for some cultures, friendship means keeping your distance. Keeping your distance. A Scandinavian person would attest to that. To them, a friend, they can feel very comfortable sitting in a room with someone and not talk at all. That's just their culture. Their culture is giving the space to someone and respecting that personal boundary. Whereas for us Cameroonians or Africans, friendship means getting to know this person, spending more time with this person. Bonaha, all the time on the phone. Would you do her? You go out together, you do this and that. My neighbor, how are you? Maggie day, salt day, begging, and you know, we share that communal life. No, that's not how it is. A Scandinavian person doesn't see friendship in that light. It's the same as the Europeans themselves. The way they perceive us through their cultural lens sometimes is what causes all this racism and discrimination as well sometimes. And that's not because most of them deliberately want to do it. It's just natural that they react the way they react because of the way they grow or the way they've been brought up. I'll give you an example. My late brother-in-law, okay, he was English, of blessed memory. May he rest in peace. I remember when I was in secondary school, okay, I was in secondary school and form two. And he usually comes home to Cameroon, and when he comes, I'm always very excited because he will spoil me rotten. Okay, so so there was it was a back to school time, and you know, he called me and said, Annabelle, come, let's have a seat. Give me a rundown of the things that you need, your school needs, the essential. So that's me being very excited. I say, yes, I'm going to give a list. They're going to buy everything as they normally do. So I sat down with him and I was listing. I was in a bucket, new bed sheets, sandals, trainers. And as I was going, he said to me, look at me in the eyes. Okay, he said, when you're talking, look at me in the eyes. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I was so uncomfortable. No, we African picking them, you know, look powerful inside eye. It happen now. Then born you now, you be banje, they possess you. You don't look at your elder straight in the eyes. So for him, I wasn't being sincere with what I was saying by not looking straight in his eyes. Okay, whereas for me, growing up as a child in from an African background, I was giving him a respect by not looking straight in his eye, because I know looking straight in his eye means disrespecting him. Okay, another good example that I would give, I like to talk with example just so we understand it perfectly. Another example is I was fortunate enough to sit with someone, I'll say I'm a high a religious figure in the church, okay, and he's English, okay, he's English, and he was saying to us, he asked us where we come, when we're originally from, and I said Cameroon. He said, oh yeah, I know about Cameroonians. I think I've been to other African countries. And he narrated this experience that he had when he visited this African community here, yeah, in his community here in Europe. So he narrated a situation where he said he went and visited this community. He was doing a special celebration. There was an occasion he was invited, so he had to do the mass. And so and so he sat in his room while he was sitting there preparing, after the mass actually, while he was sitting in his room relaxing, he heard these loud noises on the street, and he panicked and he thought, oh my God, people are fighting. Why are people fighting? And then he walked towards his window, and he looked, and he realized there were two African women having a conversation. So Oyibo did think say now two African women they fight though. But when two African women, they just get their conversation, and because that's how we speak with so much passion. Africans speak with so much passion in them, and sometimes this can be misconstrued by Europeans as aggressiveness, and that's because of the lens in which they're looking at, the cultural lens through which they're perceiving our action. And that's why you see sometimes they're reporting us for being aggressive, whereas we're not. That's because sometimes when we talk, and the way it comes across with so much passion that to them is aggressiveness. That's not to say sometimes we are not aggressive, but most times that's just the natural reason. Okay. So yeah, so it's very important that we, okay, if we must enjoy the diversity of the society, or utilize the potential of a community, a new community that we find ourselves in, we have to adapt our cultural lens to fit with theirs, so we can benefit from every single opportunity that it offers, or that it has to offer us. It's very important. So that's why I thought I'd share this topic, so we can all think about it and actually make sure we are doing the right things, in order not to spend our time thinking, oh, people hate us, or they don't like us, they don't want to get to know us. That's just because we may not have understood the cultural lens in which they're looking at. And if we do understand it, and we adapt our way of perceiving things as well based on theirs, we can exist happily and at the best level ever. So thank you so much. That's the end of our topic for today. But as you know it, we're going to have a segment of our fashion splash. So keep watching and see what we've got for you today. Stay tuned and keep watching. So yes guys, this is our outfit for today. So I've got my beret. You guys will see me with a lot of berets. I love it, honestly. It's very classy and timeless. So I've got this beret. This is from Zara, and my earrings are also from Zara. Okay, this necklace, you've seen it before. Okay, I'm going to show you the jumper now and what the rest of the outfit. Okay, yes guys, that's what we've got. So I've got this little jumper from Shein. It's so nice guys, it's really good. It's so soft, almost feel like a lovely cashmere feeling. Really good, and it wasn't expensive at all. It was really cheap. So yeah, and I've got this denim shorts from Zara as well, and my croc effect chunky boots from Zara. Okay, very nice casual. You can just, this is really easy to go out. You can just drop a coat on top of it if it's very cold, or you can just dress as it is if it's very warm or if it's hot. Okay, so that's the full outfit. Okay, so jumper from Shein, hat from Zara, denim shorts from Zara, chunky croc boots from Zara as well. You can get this back home guys. If we don't have the Zara and all the other shops, you can get it from back markets. They always tell you go down pick, and they did the jumper, then did the shorts, then did the, it's just to put them together nicely. Okay, so that's our outfit for today. Let me know what you think about it. Drop your comments as always. Okay. So yes guys, we've come to the end of today's show. So please let me know if you've actually had any experience with the culture of a new place or environment you found yourself in. What was it about and how did you manage to navigate around that? Okay, so please, thank you for watching Bella Fountain TV. Please remember to subscribe, share the video, and keep showing your girls some love. And until next time, it's goodbye from me. Have a lovely rest of the week. Love you guys so much. Bye bye. Thank you.